All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are about to get started with a conversation. Not going to be here very long, and I'm not able to send the text out to the thousands of you so you know that I'm on. So I got to rely on YouTube and Facebook to send the notification out, which they don't always do well with it. My name is Reid, and we are about to get started.
Multimedia personality, comedic commentator, songwriter, recording artist, spiritual leader, author, and actor. Larry D. Reid is the founder of the MBN Network, owner of LDR Enterprises based out of Atlanta, Georgia, and the spiritual leader of the Reformation Church of Atlanta. You can catch Larry Reid on the BET Plus original series Kingdom Business and on American Gangsta Trap Queens. Streaming online at BET.plus. Looking for a vibrant community where faith meets empowerment? Welcome to the LRL community on Patreon. Here you'll gain access to our financial wellness plan to level up your money game and build your immune system, health and wellness lifestyle plan to keep your health in check. But that's not all. With the groundbreaking AIR project, we're creating jobs in Africa beginning in Ghana. Plus, you'll unlock insider tips from senior executives across industries. And the best part? Be part of daily prayers, weekly coaching sessions with Dr. Larry Reid himself, and so much more. It's time to connect, grow, and thrive. Get the apps, grab the merch, and join us at patreon.com/Larry Reid Live. Let's build something amazing together. The LRL community is waiting for you. Church Critic by Dr. Larry D. Reid. An examination of the Larry Reid Live show perspective. Purchase a copy today by logging on to LarryReidLive.com. That's LarryReidLive.com.
A lie has been told to you, and you have believed it.
It still has such an intensity, and the energy and the vibration in that place, you can feel it once you arrive.
At that moment, they allowed me to release my emotion.
Columbus never set a foot on any American soil before he died.
The lie is being exposed.
This is for real. They took our strong and able people, but they could never take all Africans away. And today, we have returned in peace.
Stay connected to Larry Reid Live. Take a moment and like the Facebook page, subscribe to the YouTube page and hit the bell. Text LRL to 404-999-7527. That's the words LRL to 404-999-7527. And get notified when we go live. Become a member of Patreon. Log on to patreon.com/Larry Reid Live. Sign up, then download the Patreon app and turn on your notifications. Get connected today.
We're about to have a conversation. All right, just for a few minutes, I want to have a conversation with you and talk to you about something. And this is a live that is the result of a conversation that I was already having with somebody. And I just want to have it with you. We have a problem. We're able typically to text thousands of you that say you never see my notifications. And I want you to look how low the numbers are. I absolutely positively have to have you signed up so that I can text you, because when I do not, you do not see my notification at all. On both platforms, Facebook and YouTube, is 154 people in here. Wow and wow. So this is what I need for you to do. I need all of you to hit like right now. Hit like right now as we're having this conversation. And then I also want to say to others of you to make sure that you join the members only. We've already had 2 lives over there, and I am going to be doing another one. There are some things that need addressing and conversation around, and I don't need to be restricted, and I don't need to be censored. I censor myself when I'm on the main platform. So over there in members only, I won't do that. I'll say exactly what I think, the way that I want to say it, and the chips fall wherever they fall, but it's done behind the wall. So what I need for all of you to do right now to help me out, because I can't send out a text to everybody, I need for you all to hit like if you're watching on Facebook or YouTube, and please share the link. That is the only way that we're going to get more than 209 people watching between YouTube and Facebook. So I gotta have you to get Kimora forward so that I don't get notifications no more. You get no notifications when you are following me on Facebook. I think you're on Facebook. Martha Weston said, I have received 2 notifications tonight. I got my notifications. What notification you get? I ain't sending no text unless Mark just figured it out, because something was wrong with there. Talk to me about that, Martha Weston. How did the notification just went through on Facebook? Okay. The text has been sent out just now. Oh, okay. Oh, I can tell it. The number's going up. Okay, great. Thank you so much, Marcus. One of the smartest people that I knew. Thank you so very much. Because ain't no way in the world I would have been able to figure that out. Okay, so the conversation that I just received notification. Okay, I got it. I just got mine. I just received 2. Well, I understand that too. Unless Mark send it to all the numbers, it's just supposed to be Larry Live 1, 2, and 3. So I don't know why you're getting 2. But listen, I need for all of you to text LRL 3 letters to 404. Wait a minute. I think they told me they changed the number. That's why this whole thing is cutting up. Well, let me say this. Okay, YouTube just gave you yours. Okay, Charles knows that I just got a text. I don't know if I can tell you this phone number. I think that's changed. That's the problem. You know, these folk do this stuff and change and don't even be thinking about the people that patronize their service. See, like to me, they should have sent an email out long time ago, and we've been with these people for I don't know how many years. They're getting thousands of dollars a month for MBN. It seemed like to me that they would have enough sense and courtesy to say, you know what, we're about to change some stuff, but they can mess up what you got going on. But they didn't do that. So Vonda, you got 2 too. Okay, so that means Mark don't usually send out emails, so he didn't see to only send it to LRL 1, 2, and 3, and he must have sent it also to those other. I have 5,000 people sitting to the side of just for spiritual conversation. So they did the change for us. Wait until next week to give the update, or to get the updated number. So if I give them this number now to sign up, it won't work. You received 2 messages. Mark, what did you do? Oh, you sent it to all the numbers. Okay, I'm so sorry if you got 2 notifications. My notification just started back the day before yesterday. It was a different number, like from a 4-digit text and YouTube. Yeah, he sent it to all the numbers, so he says sorry. So you may have gotten 2 texts if you're in both groups. So you're in one group for prophecy, prayer, and all of that, reformation, and then you in LRL. We're dealing with this new program, So Mark sent it to all the groups. So some of you will have gotten to, but you're not going to be getting to. Okay. All right. So you just getting YouTube. Interesting. So that's why I need everybody to hit like. And I know you hear people say this and you think, okay, this want their likes up. No. We have people that have said they want to follow the platform. About 160,000 people on YouTube, 300,000 people, I think almost 400,000 people on Facebook say, I want to see the content on this page. The internet's not the way it used to be. When I would go live, they send it to all of them. They don't do it anymore because it gave content creators too much power. And they were able to charge for advertisement. They were able to shop to people. Look, I'll mention your product if you pay me this. So that was taking money from other big companies because a lot of us have gained followings because they like to hear us talk. And so they are controlling it and they changed it. And it's unfortunate. So I'm going to need your help to make sure that you hit like right now and share. There's 364 of you watching between YouTube and Facebook. Facebook, only 33 people have hit like. So I need all of you to hit like so we can get into this conversation. Kim Summers, I can't give you the number because it's in transition. Mark going to give me the new number later. And so I'll be able to give you that information maybe the next time I'm live. This is the conversation that I want to have with you guys. I was doing something a couple of weeks ago and I had a lot of thoughts that come into my mind. And it was on the tail end of a conversation that I had with someone. And I said a few things out of my mouth. And they were telling me that they had never heard anybody talk about and mention America as a stronghold. Now, just so you know, strongholds is a little spiritual, churchy, spiritual warfare word that come out of that community, come out of that world. And I actually use it in one of my books. And I describe a stronghold as this because I hear a whole lot of people define a stronghold a lot of different ways, but this is the way that I define a stronghold. A stronghold is a network or citadel, a cathedral of diabolical spirits that are negative, that are harmful, that do the bidding of some diabolical intelligence, if you would. And they work in concert and they work in sync and they communicate very quickly at light speed amongst each other. They are able to connect in a way that we do not have the capabilities to do so in our natural bodies. Only our spirit body can do that. And this collection, concert, cathedral, confederation of spirits, they work as one and their common goal is destruction. And the way that they do it, they may do it through control, they may do it through some type of other contraption, but ultimately the goal is to destroy. America, ladies and gentlemen, is a stronghold. I want everybody to put in the chat, America is a stronghold. America. And I want you to hear what I'm saying, and I pray that you can hear what I'm saying. America is built and structured for the confiscation of the souls of its citizens using diabolical, and I'm going to be saying that word a lot, diabolical, demonic strategy, temptation, intoxication, and they accomplish this for the purpose. The spirits, the purpose is destruction. The men or the man that manipulate the structures or manufacture the structures for these spirits to have their way in them. And America, all of us, if we're going to do something good for ourselves, we need to look at America as that, as a stronghold. Now, this awareness is going to cost you because you're going to start feeling that. But I feel as though I am supposed to tell you this truth so that you can lock in on this. that America is a stronghold and it is a network of diabolical spirits. Carrie says, hell, that sounds like the church. Just saying. Hold that thought. Hold that thought, because the church plays a major role in the America that is a stronghold. I repeat, the church, particularly Christianity, plays a big role as relates to America being a stronghold. America can't be this citadel, confederation, cathedral of demons and diabolical spirits and energies working together without the church. The church plays a major role in America being a stronghold. Okay? So let's have a little conversation about it. What we're doing, we're exposing America, the stronghold. America is a stronghold. Okay, let's look at this. America is a stronghold. It is a fusion of principalities, powers, rulers of darkness, and spiritual wickedness in high places. You know that Ephesians 6:12. The White House, the church house, the schoolhouse, and the playhouse, that's the word of entertainment, are not separate. I repeat, the White House, the church house, the schoolhouse, and the playhouse, they are not separate. I repeat, the White House, the church house, the schoolhouse, and the playhouse, which is the world of entertainment, they are not separate. They are not. They are the headquarters from which unseen forces, run the empires, institutions, and ideologies that control belief, behavior, culture, and power. Are y'all with me? I know you hear a little bit outside that doors them came open. All right, so let me say it again. What we're doing, we're exposing America as a stronghold. America is a stronghold. It is a fusion of principalities, powers, rulers of darkness, and spiritual wickedness in high places. The White House, the church house, the schoolhouse, and the playhouse, the world of entertainment, are not separate. They are actually the headquarters from which unseen forces run the empires, institutions, and ideologies that control belief, behavior, culture, and power. And let's see how it works. White House creates and enforces laws that protect the system and punish threats to it. Okay, little mistake. Politicians, lawmakers, and etc. make this happen. Church House wraps political and cultural control in religious language, legitimizing the empire's culture as God's will. Apostles, prophets, preachers, teachers, and etc. make this happen. You see that? Schoolhouse programs minds early, shaping worldview, identity, and loyalty to the system's accepted standards. Playhouse distracts, hijacks, entertains, and emotionally conditions the masses to accept or ignore the system's agenda. How does America control and program its citizens? White House, church house, schoolhouse, the world of entertainment, the playhouse. These are the ways that you are influenced and conditioned from your youngest age all the way up until your current age. The music of the playhouse, the plays and the movies of the playhouse, your church and that church, Pentecostals, Methodists, all churches, programming and conditioning happens through religion. And that puts you under a kind of mind and soul control. After the music and the movies and what comes on TV and those networks are finished conditioning your mind, then the conditioning continues to happen at the church, and it continues to happen when you go to school through the books and the literature. And the White House is putting policies and things in place to control you and condition you as well. If you are an American, you do not think for yourself. It is an illusion. In other countries, they think that we are so free and we're so expressive and we're very loud, because of that freedom, and we are that, and we do put things out and express things in a way that other people do not. And it gives this illusion of freedom, this illusion of openness, and we just express it. And with America, this is American, so he's free, and likely doing well and probably rich. Well, that's great marketing and propaganda, and it is powerful. And the nations of this world, many of them have been programmed with it. It's only recent that people are beginning to look at America and shake their head, look at America and like, wow, look at her, how she's falling. We haven't even truly fall. We on a decline, but we haven't truly fallen yet. But people are looking at us, and now we aren't so favorable because of this administration that we have in the White House has a lot to do with it, which a lot of the language surrounding us as Americans began to change in 2016. But now we see it very clear. We see it more. And even Americans themselves are saying, wait a minute. Is this America? What's his name said? This is America. Childish Baldino. What the hell that man name is? He ain't had no shirt on, was jumping around. He gave me confidence. I said, he can do it, ain't got a lot of abs and musculars. Then I can do it too. I took my shirt off and danced to the song. What's his name? Childish Gambino. Okay. Yeah, he was the one that said, this is America. And I think a lot of people like, wow, this is America, just waking up now. When they see that we had this fake election, we had these oligarchs that are in positions of power. It doesn't make it seem like ain't nothing the truth. You didn't have to go to school, go to the military, or to become all of these different positions in the government. No, if you got enough money and got some friends and got enough people in your pocket, you can be the president too. And I think that woke a lot of people up. How in the whole hell in the heaven he's the president and he got all these felons? When like I know, piece of misdemeanor will keep you from getting a job. But when it comes to you being a white-skinned person in America, it comes with its advantages. And the way that America is set up is really wicked and all about power and power plays. So it's really set up for the white man to rise to the top. Even if that white man isn't infected with whiteness, his skin is still white. And because his skin is white, then that gives him a privilege, and he can get away with things that you and I would never get away from. And America was built on that. America was not built for our justification. America was not built with the consideration for us. America was built for the white man, not even the white woman, but for the white man. That is just what the truth is. Somebody said, wait, so why stay here then? A lot of people can't leave. It's set up to where you can't leave. It's set up to where you cannot leave. It's set up for you to not even easily become rich. It's not set up like that. So that's the reason why people stay here. If you are privileged enough, blacks and whites and everything in between, if you are privileged enough to be able to leave America, what the hell are you waiting for? Except you get some benefits and house and note on this side, it makes absolutely no sense to be in America if you can make money online and if you got enough resources to move. And don't think you got to have a whole bunch. I say do that. If you're making $2,000, $3,000, $4,000 a month, except that you are living in a very rural area that, $3,000, $4,000 is great. Okay, every state is different. Okay, that's great if you got that. But like if I'm living in America, in Atlanta, if I was living in America and I was making about $3,000 or $4,000 a month, and I made all my money online, I would not be living here. Nope. Nancy, can you come close this door? I wouldn't live here. If I was making $3,000 or $4,000 a month, I would not be living in America. Absolutely, positively, no. Not when I can take for $3,000-4,000 live like a king in another area that is safe and free health care. That don't make no sense. That's stupid and dumb. But if you program with the this what they say about America, we all are. How great it is, ain't no place like America, the best place in the world. I can see you not even considering. But if I was making $3,000 or $4,000 and that money I made online, we didn't got to go nowhere and clock in, or Larry Reid would be in another country living his best life. Absolutely. So to answer your question, the reason why people are staying here, some people, aside from the influence, is because they can't afford to go. And this is why in that 3-part series, Exodus, is it time to leave America? It's on my YouTube page in the playlist. I gave a exit strategy and a stay and go survival strategy because everybody can't leave. But if you can leave, can afford to leave, you're making enough money to leave, I suggest for you to get your whole hind end up out of the America. Wait a minute, let me go close the door. I done did it. You must be behind. And it came right open again. Then it come fix that. And right open again. You know you need to take something and I'm gonna put it in. It's all right. It should stay. Okay. I just gotta love him. I'm just gonna choose to love him. I don't understand what's wrong with him. Anyway, he said maybe I have a visitor. Yeah. What the hell is that sound? Changes to your Squarespace domain. What is that? We received a request to change the domain contact information and decline a 60-day transfer lock. Before we can make this update, you must confirm this change. That's got to be a spam. And they sent me another one. Sixfigurecheck.com. A 60-day transfer lock. I don't know what the hell is going on. It must be Soul working on the back. Okay. All right. Okay. For those of you that are just coming in, we're talking about exposing America, the stronghold. We say America is the strongholds of fusion, the principalities, powers, rulers of darkness, and spiritual wickedness in high places. The White House, the church house, and the schoolhouse, and the playhouse, entertainment world, are not separate. They are the headquarters from which unseen forces run the empires, institutions, and ideologies that control belief, behavior, culture, and power. I need for you to understand that the White House, the church house, schoolhouse, and the playhouse are all in the same bed together. The way that this works, White House is creating and enforcing laws. The church house wraps political and cultural control in religious language, legitimizing the empire's culture as God's will. We see this with the Christian nationalists. Apostles, prophets, pastors, preaching, etc. make this happen. Schoolhouse programs the mind's early, shaping worldview. identity and loyalty to the systems that set the standards. Playhouse distracts, hijacks, entertains, and emotionally conditions the masses to accept or ignore the system's agenda. It has all been one big set up. And I want you guys to see that and understand that. In my Father's house, or whole, there are many mansions, meaning rooms. Father's house here can be understood as the spirit world. The rooms work in rotation. Belief is shaped in the church. Behavior is enforced at the White House. Brains are programmed at the schoolhouse, and bodies are pacified at the playhouse. If you want to excel and advance intellectually and in the word of your consciousness, the first thing that you're going to have to embrace is the truth about the White House, the church house, the schoolhouse, and the playhouse. I think in this age of, oh, that was a legit email, I see. I think in these, in this age of deconstruction, I think that some of this deconstruction, some of these deconstruction people, what can I say? They're almost becoming just like the preacher who gets up there in the pulpit, preaches and sending everybody to hell, marginalize the gays and the women. The only difference is that the deconstructing people are saying the things that need to be said concerning deconstruction, but they're almost jaded. Not everybody, but some. There's this anger. There's this get back. There is this detest for the church. Oh my God. You done took on something else. I don't know what that is, but you done took on something else. I can't stand church. I hate the Bible. I hate praise break. I hate. What is wrong with you? Because all of that got you to where you're at. You would not be deconstructing except that you was in the construct. And the construct is what got you here. And I said this a long time ago. You should never, ever disengage your roots, not easily, because your roots are necessary for you to grow and go. So my deconstruction is rooted in my roots in Christianity. So Christianity gave me something to test, to dissect, to discern, and then unlearn. Christianity gave me the gift of unlearning. Somebody asked me, said, Larry, with you deconstructing and being a deconstructionist, how come you still claim or say that you are a Christian? And that's because of the word that I'm born for, reform. I feel as though I'm called to reform how people see a few different things, but particularly the church and spirituality. And in order for me to do that, I need to own that I am one of you, but I'm choosing to do this spirituality thing my own way. I'm doing my own study. I'm doing my own research. I'm praying without ceasing. I am meditating. I'm educating myself. I'm reading books. I'm reading material. And I still do that now. It ain't something I did at one point in my life, but don't do no more. So I think, that old Raggedy Paul, he said he had to become them to win them. And it's sort of that ideology. Yes, I am a Christian, but I ain't a Christian like you. And there's diversity in Christianity. So that's my reason for still saying I am a Christian, because I'm born for reform. And I want to give people a different view and a different look on what a Christian is. You can fully believe that Jesus is God in essence. You can fully believe that Jesus is the manifestation of God as you are. You can believe those those key things in Christianity, and then the rest of it throw it right on away. If you if you want to, you can do that. Don't let nobody tell you can't do it, because this is your spiritual life. This is your own personal walk, and nobody has to give you permission to be. Nobody has to give you permission to be. Someone said, yes, Larry, you're talking heavy. Somebody said a different lens. Okay. And with unlearning comes separation. When I see it or hear church jargon, it makes me cringe. You're in deconstruction and you're on that journey. There was a time when I heard certain things that made me cringe, but I had to keep sitting with that thing, because you don't want to become like the oppressor. You don't want to become like the person who used to browbeat you with the Bible. You don't want to become like the mean, stale smelling church mothers. You don't want to do that. You don't want to do that. So, but continue that journey and going through that process. You know, that means you're going to cringe sometimes when you hear. They can listen. A praise break can make you cringe when you're deconstructing. A preacher and the Bible, you know, turn from that. I don't want to hear it when you're deconstructing. But I want you to stay on that journey and still expose yourself to what brought you to the space of deconstruction, just to make sure that you are not building within yourself something that is just as ugly as what you're deconstructing from. Now, I know that you may not fully agree with what I'm saying, but this is what I believe, and this is what I did. And it really, I think is we do need to talk about the safety rails of deconstruction, because deconstruction, you don't need to be doing it by yourself. You need to deconstruct in the community. You need to deconstruct with a coach, with a therapist, with the personal prophet. Hey, baby, I'm live right now. I'll call you back. All right. Yeah. You see? You said definitely makes you cringe? Yeah. I am an African spiritualist by way of the Christian experience. I like that. I like that. All righty. How do we break the stronghold? Great question. Thank you, Orange Sunrise. Question everything. Start asking why. Why? And also ask, who's benefiting from this? Why and who is benefiting from this? All right, and that's it. I don't have nothing else to say. God bless you.